Chapter number 6, the E game. I sat in a chair next to Mrs. Weller's desk. She asked me lots of questions. First, she asked me how I liked my summer vacation, and then she asked me how I liked first grade, and how I liked Mr. Scary. That is called stall talk, I believe. Finally, Mrs. Weller stood up. "Have you noticed the eye charts I have hanging on my wall, Junie B?" she asked. She pointed at them. "Eye charts are posters that help us test our eyesight," she explained. "I have 2 different kinds, see? One has alphabet letters on it, and the one right next to it is filled with funny E's. That one's called an E chart." I looked at that funny thing. "Whoa," I said. "Those are the craziest E's I ever saw. They're backwards and forwards and upside down." You see them? Remember, she was having a hard time seeing the board, so now her teacher wants her to get her eyes checked. "You're right," said Mrs. Weller. "The E's are all mixed up, aren't they? And today, you and I are going to play a game with those mixed up E's. It's called the E game." After that, Mrs. Weller got a little paper cup, and she showed me how to hold it over one of my eyes. "We're going to be testing each of your eyes separately," she said. "While one eye is hiding under the cup, the other eye will play the game, okay?" I shrugged my shoulders, because what choice did I have? Mrs. Weller showed me where to stand to play the game, and then she went back to the E chart. "All right," she said. "Now each time I point to one of the E's, I want you to tell me the direction it's facing. Are you ready, Junie B?" I shrugged again, and then I hid one eye behind the cup. Mrs. Weller pointed at the first E. I pointed my finger up. "That one is facing the ceiling," I told her. "Good," she said. "Excellent." I felt a little better inside. Mrs. Weller pointed to the next E. See all those E's? Upside down and sideways and backwards. I wonder if she can see those E's. I turned my finger down at the floor. "That one is facing down," I said. Mrs. Weller smiled and nodded. I stood up taller because this wasn't as hard as I thought. After that, the nurse kept pointing at more E's, and I kept telling her which way they were facing. Right and left, down, left, up. I stopped and grinned. "Hey, what do you know? I'm a breeze at this game, right, Mrs. Weller? Right? Mrs. Weller winked at me. "You're almost done," she said. "Only a few more E's to go." She pointed to a new row. There was a fudgy smudgy next to her finger. "Whoops," I said. "What happened there? Did someone spill something on your chart?" Mrs. Weller did a little frown. She kept on pointing at the smudge. "Can you tell me anything about this mark at all, Junie B?" she asked. "Yes," I said. "It's a smear ball." Mrs. Weller moved her finger over a little bit. "What about this mark here? Can you tell me anything about this one?" I stared and stared at that thing. That one's a toughie," I said. Finally, Mrs. Weller came over to me. "That's fine," she said. "You did just fine, Junie B." After that, we played the same game with my other eye. And guess what? I saw 3 more smudgies and a smeary. After that, I was done. I sat down in the chair again, and Mrs. Weller said, "I probably need glasses." I do not like Mrs. Weller. Chapter number 7 is called Good Guessing. See you next time. Bye-bye.